Hello comrades, this is 12th Harbinger and welcome to my complete Lifeng guide. Lifeng is one of the best support DPS for physical teams, and this video will guide you on how to effectively build and use him with best gears and rotations. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting with his kit. His main attribute is agility and secondary attribute is strength, both giving bonus attack to him. Lifeng's battle skill does 3 hits, with the last hit applying knockdown on enemies. And if the enemies hit by the last hit of his skill have no vulnerability stacks, then he applies physical susceptibility on them. So his battle skill will always be used first before the enemy gets any vulnerability stack. If the enemy has no vulnerability stack, then knockdown effect applies 1 stack on them. And if they have some stacks when this effect is applied, it will add 1 stack and apply the knockdown status on enemies. It also deals additional physical and stagger damage. When the control character does a final strike on the enemy with the physical susceptibility debuff or breach, his combo skill is triggered. The combo skill deals some damage and most importantly grants a link buff to the whole team. What is link? The next battle skill or ultimate cast of any team member consumes this link buff to deal more damage. Battle skill gets a higher buff than ultimate, but ideally you would want to consume this buff using Lifeng's own ultimate or ultimate of a team member that does high multipliers. If no ultimate is ready, then consume it with the battle skill of the character that deals the highest damage. His ultimate is a 2-part skill that deals damage twice, both applying knockdown effect, which means 2 stacks of vulnerability. If the ultimate consumes link, then it deals a 3rd instance of damage, which is huge. His first combat talent gives him attack based on every point of intellect and will. The second combat talent deals an additional attack hit on applying knockdown. At P0, it is difficult to trigger this consistently, as Lifeng will be the one applying the vulnerability stack first. But with his P1, he can trigger this consistently. For his talent priority, prioritize his battle skill, then ultimate, basic attacks and combo skill. Moving on to his gears. There are 2 main sets for Lifeng, Swordmancer and Bone Crusher. Swordmancer set triggers on applying a physical status, but Lifeng won't be able to do that with his opener battle skill. He will have to add an additional battle skill in his rotation or rely on his ultimate to trigger this set effect, which can be quite inconsistent. If we can do that, then Swordmancer is a better option due to his stagger utility, or you can use the Bone Crusher set to maximize its damage. These are the gear combinations for both the sets. For Swordmancer, use the heavy armor, TAC gauntlets, Swordmancer flint, and for the last slot you can use the Bone Crusher mask for damage against staggered enemies, which is better if you can take benefit of staggered face effectively, or else use the Swordmancer flint for a consistent playstyle. For Bone Crusher set, use the heavy armor T1, 2 Bone Crusher masks, and the Swordmancer TAC gauntlets for the gloves. Do note that this set massively buffs your damage against staggered enemies, so you have to plan your rotation accordingly. For early or mid game, you can use the Roving MHGR or Aburia's Legacy as a placeholder. Moving on to his weapons. Lifeng's best weapon is obviously his signature weapon, Mountain Bearer. It gives him 156 agility and 43.3% physical damage bonus. The passive gives a massive 32% damage increase against enemies with vulnerability. And when he applies vulnerability with his battle skill, he additionally gains 12.8% all attribute increase. He gives the same effect on applying physical susceptibility, so a total of 25.6% attribute bonus. But a close alternative to it is Valiant. It provides same stats, 156 agility and 43.3% physical damage bonus. The passive gives him additional attack and deals a massive additional hit on applying physical statuses, which in this case is knockdown. It is more effective with Lifeng's first potential, but a great option for P0 as well. The next best option for his weapon is a 4-star weapon, Pathfinder's Beacon, providing agility and attack, and the passive gives additional 42% attack with the condition of having his HP above 80%. Chimeric Justice is a viable option, but it greatly hurts Lifeng's damage, as instead of offensive stats, it gives ultimate gain efficiency. The passive does give him attack, but even with that, it falls beyond the 4-star option. It is a viable option if you plan to build ultimate gain efficiency on Lifeng, but I prefer a more damage focused playstyle. Moving on to his team comps. Lifeng being a great physical support, he can fit into any physical team. He can be a great support for crushed physical DPS like Enmin or Dapan, or breach DPS like Bogdaddy. He can also be used alongside Poggy as a support for a main DPS. He synergizes with all the physical characters. Chain gives access to quick vulnerability stack application. Ember provides sustain and vulnerability stack application. Aside from physical characters, Ardelia is the best sustain support plus buffer, as she can also give physical susceptibility debuff. You can basically mix these characters and create a team, just make sure to have a DPS that can trigger Crush or Breach. Here are some team examples: Enmin, Dapan or Pogranichnik, Lifeng, Chen, Ardelia or Ember. You can also get rid of the sustain support and go for an aggressive team like Enmin or Dapan, Lifeng, Pogranichnik and Chen. Moving on to his rotations. At P0, Lifeng will always be the one to apply the first stack of vulnerability through his battle skill to get the physical susceptibility buff. You need to make sure to time his combo skill before his own ultimate or ultimate of other characters to take benefit of the link buff. If no ultimates are available, then consume it with the strongest battle skill. Let's take the Enmin, Lifeng, Chen and Ardelia team as an example. For the opener rotation, when we don't have the ultimates ready, we start by doing a final strike to trigger Ardelia's combo skill. Before using it, use Lifeng's battle skill to apply the vulnerability stack and trigger Chen's combo, or you will be forced to trigger Enmin's combo skill early. Now use Ardelia's combo skill, then use Chen's battle skill and combo skill while weaving in basic attacks for SP recovery and for casting a final strike to trigger Lifeng's combo. You can use Ardelia's battle skill here if you have enough SP. Then use Enmin's combo and Lifeng's combo followed by Enmin's battle skill to consume the link buff. If you feel like you don't have enough SP to spare for Ardelia's battle skill, then you can skip a rotation from the opener and use it in the next rotation when we have Lifeng's ultimate, as it allows us to skip Chen's battle skill, giving us some spare SP. Your cue to start the next rotation is when Chen's combo skill is ready. Till then, keep attacking for SP recovery and do a final strike to trigger Ardelia's combo skill. Similar to the previous rotations, use Lifeng's battle skill before Ardelia's combo, then use her combo skill, followed by Chen's combo skill. Use Ardelia's battle skill if you haven't in the previous rotation to apply her debuff. Use her ultimate to trigger the stanza of Memorial's weapon, then Lifeng's combo skill and ultimate, followed by Enmin's combo and ultimate, followed by Chen's ultimate, and when 4 vulnerability stacks are applied, consume it through Enmin's battle skill. This is a general rotation to give you an idea of how his teams and rotations work. Lastly, moving on to his potentials. Lifeng's first potential is pretty decent as it increases the susceptibility debuff by 5% and allows him to apply this debuff when enemies have at least 2 or less than 2 stacks of vulnerability. This is great as he doesn't have to be the first one to use his battle skill, allowing him to trigger his combat talent and Swordmancer set more consistently. You have to slightly change the rotations to take benefit of this. Second potential gives a small boost to his damage by increasing his attributes. Third potential basically makes will and intellect as strong as his secondary stat but nothing crazy. Fourth potential reduces his ultimate energy cost. And the last potential enhances his combat talent that lets it deal an additional 250% physical damage with 5 stagger. This is a decent boost when combined with the first potential. So overall, Lifeng is an amazing physical support DPS able to apply susceptibility debuff on enemies, provide link buff and apply a lot of vulnerability stacks along with good stagger damage. He does get outshined by Pogranichnik when it comes to being a better physical support, but both of them can also work together in a team. And that was all for this video. Let me know in the comments which guide you want to see next. Make sure to check out the playlist here for guides on characters. Join my Discord server to hang out with the community and for occasional giveaways. Subscribe to my channel for more Arknights Endfield videos, and thanks for watching.